Yes. Good evening. Good evening. I was in bed, yes. But when this sort of news comes out, you've got to get up. You've got to get up, got to get up, got to get up. Listen, I'm as surprised as everybody else. I think they call it a bomber. I mean, I don't use that word, but hey, Spurs are in talks with Manchester City for Savio. This one was out of the blue, and this is one that I can fully throw my weight behind. There will, of course, be people who want to poo-poo this immediately, but this is definitely one. Um, this is definitely one that I think will excite the fan base. This is a guy that came with big hopes from Girona, where I thought he was absolutely brilliant. And at Man City, he's just had his first year, always difficult. He's come into Man City in their first year, for his first year, sorry, in a year where they've not quite been at it, Man City, and therefore, you've seen some really good bits from Savio. But what we do know is that this is a guy that can play on the right wing and the left wing. This is a guy who very much before Man City played a lot of football on the left-hand side, and we're going to be having a look at that because this was the first thing when people started sending this through to me. My first thought was, okay, I know City have been playing him on the right, but I seem to remember him playing before that on the left. And then we'll have a look at those stats in a minute. And obviously the fact that his name begins with Sav means I'm going to like him. But listen, look, Romano has said that Spurs are in club-to-club talks. Now that's very different, right, to player to club talks. Very, very different. And that's what gives this some validity. The fact that Spurs are in club to club talks now, that doesn't mean a deal is 100% going to get done. So I'm not going to jump on here and go, oh my God, we've signed Savio. No. I'm guessing that this will be very, very difficult to get done. I'm guessing this will be very difficult to get done. There are reports saying that they want 70 million. I think Spurs will probably have to get it done a bit cheaper than that. But we'll have a look at what he cost Man City, and we'll have a look at what the player offers. And again, Man City have got so many players that maybe he wants to go somewhere and be guaranteed football. So let's have a look and see, shall we? Let's see what was said in the first instance. It literally came from nowhere. And it came from absolutely nowhere. Now, this is a young guy, by the way. This is a young guy who I loved watching him for Girona. And I think this guy is a real good winger that is ready to explode. Quick, absolutely brilliant with his take-ons. This is a guy that I'm just seeing if I can let me see if I can get him as a forward here. Bear with me 1 second. Savinho there, and then let's go Savinho for another year. Savinho, Girona. Okay, let's compare those two seasons, shall we? So listen, we've got we've got a really good winger here. A really good winger, very good ball carrying, great at beating his man, very skillful, quick, gets a lot of assists, not as many goals, but gets a lot of assists, which is going to be really, really important because the fact that we're losing our creativity. Yes, Danny K, I do have his stats as a left winger. I will bring it up. Don't worry. We will bring up all these things. Smash the like, people. I have just got out of bed. I literally had brushed my teeth, got myself a drink, got the dog sorted, got into bed, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna watch the last part of the latest show I'm watching on Netflix, and then Tottenham in the Savio. So what did Fabrizio Romano say? Fabrizio Romano has said this. He said Tottenham open club-to-club talks to sign Savio from Man City. Negotiations ongoing between Spurs and City. Also understand Savio or Savinho, whichever one you want to call him, is open to the move if the clubs can agree on a fee. It says here that Tottenham boss Thomas Frank indicated that Savinho is an ideal player. Now, listen, this is a guy that, listen, is he the finished article? No, he's not the finished article. But I've seen so much of this kid where I go, yes, absolutely. He was absolutely fantastic at Girona. Obviously, a bit of a different kettle of fish when you go to City. But what this guy does have, is the ability to beat a man. This guy runs at people for fun. He's 21 years of age. He's just had 2 years in two of Europe's top leagues, which I like. I like that about him. Yes, he's still quite young, but he's just had 1 year in La Liga and then 1 year in the Premier League with Man City. Yeah, he only got 1 goal last year, but he's definitely a very good footballer who I think will explode with the right coaching. I think that it's difficult when you go to Manchester City. It's very difficult because the expectations of you are going to be massive. I don't think the expectations will be as huge at Tottenham Hotspur. What I do know is if you've got him on one wing, Kudus on the other, and then you bring in a playmaker in between them, suddenly you're looking a little bit more frightening going forward, aren't you? So listen, it is very difficult. Listen, there's a reason he went to Man City. And look, I know what people are gonna do. Already I can see some of the comments. I'm already seeing some of the comments here where people are going, oh, he only got 1 goal. He did only get 1 goal, but that doesn't mean he's always going to only get 1 goal. So listen, like his first 17 games, scored 1 goal. Savinho, no need, please. No need. So, wow. I honestly, yeah, you can't double up on Kudus with him on the other wing. Absolutely. Absolutely, Berto. This is the point. If Spurs have got 2 wingers with that capability that run at you, now all of a sudden you can't just double up on Kudus because you're so cool. You double up on him, we'll switch the ball out there. It gives you 2 outlets. Now, you've got to remember as well that every single team that plays against Man City puts 10 men behind the ball. So it's going to be very, very different. And again, I'll be honest, Ronnie, I can always guarantee any player that anyone else likes, you never seem to like. You don't seem to rate anyone. Do we really, really think that we're better than Savio? Are we really saying that Spurs are better than Savio? Yeah, but Paul, they're different positions. They're different positions. I would still think we're going to go and get a number 10. If you get Savio and Kudus and a number 10, you're cooking a little bit, aren't you? And all of a sudden, we look a bit different. All of a sudden, we look like we've got options. We've got play down the left. You've got play down the right. You've got a lot of different options. Now, yeah, Scott M, absolutely. Scott, that's all I'm going to say. If we've got fans in this fan base that say no to this guy, right, then they are crazy. And I'll be honest, I don't care how much he costs. I don't care. As a football fan, we've got to stop caring about how much this player costs. Listen, if we can, I think this, listen, if they can reach an agreement, 55, 60, I'm taking this guy all day long. All day long, right? For me, this is game changing. And what I mean by that is it's the options it gives you. It's not that this is the greatest winger in the world at the moment, but it is a young, raw, exciting. And he's had, as we said, he's had a really good year at Girona and then came in. He got I think like last year, I think he got 8 or 9 assists in the Premier League, which has got to be something they're looking at. And if Thomas Frank has said that this is his ideal guy, then Thomas Frank must think that he can coach him and progress him. And I'm here for it. I'm here for this. I'm honestly so concerned that, out of 300 people, 12% have said no, thank you. So I've asked in the chat, I've said, you're Savio, yes or no? Some people have said no, thank you. I'm truly baffled. Honestly, Ash, if I say a player's good, Ronnie says the player's bad. If I say the player's bad, Ronnie says the player's good. He's just one of them. He's He's one of them. He's from a farmers league. What are we? Honestly, these fans are idiots. I'll just call it as it is. What on earth are we doing? What on earth are we doing? Have we really got fans? Yeah. Have we really got fans that are saying, yeah, but no, Matty, it's not silly talking about this, is it? This is nothing, Matty. This is where I'm going to do one of those things where you need to grow up a little bit. This is nothing like Rodrigo. Spurs are in club to club talks with Manchester City. I know that you've shown over and over again that you don't quite understand how transfers work, but we are talking to Man City directly about this. Now, will it come off? We don't know. But when you're saying it's City talking about this, then go to bed, don't watch. If that's what you think, I can't understand this fan base. Are we not even going to get excited about this? Like, it's utterly madness. Absolutely. His potential. When I watched him play at Girona, he was phenomenal. Now it's different. It's different at City, different style of play. At Spurs, I think he'll be absolutely brilliant on the transition. Him and Kudus flying down the wings. Absolute madness. Yeah, Savinho on the left and Kudus on the right. Yeah. What is not to like? What on earth is not to like about that? I genuinely thought that I'd jump on and everyone would be all over it. Could he be our 10? Maybe he goes on the right and Kudus goes into the 10. I don't know. What I'm saying is it gives you options. It gives you options. I honestly, Bobby, I truly despair with this fan base at times. I truly despair with this fan base at times. I truly thought that everybody would be like, yeah, I'm all over that. Now, it doesn't mean the deal's getting done. It doesn't mean the deal is 100% getting done. But the fact that it's not just club to player talks, and that's really important. And surely people see the difference. Ronnie, you're just becoming really silly. Honestly, mate, you're just becoming really silly. Look at the players in our squad, and you're saying no to people like Savinho and Elliott. If you said to me, we've got Savinho, Kudus, and Elliott, look at that three. A lot of skill, a lot of pace. I think you're scaring teams. You're now, it's absolutely mental. Phil, sorry. I'd like to think so, mate. And absolutely, yeah, the 11% who were saying no, absolutely. Give your heads a wobble. Give your heads a wobble. This is a very good player. We've got to remember he's just come in to Man City after having one season at Girona. He's done some good things at City, but again, anyone who just goes by his GA, listen, these guys are a top footballer. These guys are top footballer. Look at this. Savinho, no, we need someone better. I genuinely don't think some of these people are Tottenham fans. I genuinely don't. I honestly, I'm baffled. Guys and girls in the chat, I am baffled. Look, as I said, look, this isn't me making this up. I've not said we're going to sign him, but we are in club to club talks. That is the line. The first line is the key line. Tottenham open club to club talks. So that means Man City are coming to the table. That means that Man City will let the deal happen if an agreement can be met. I agreed. Absolutely, David. It could be an amazing signing. Yes, we do need a player like him. But again, now all of a sudden, you go from Odegaard Hotel to Savinho. I mean, I know I'm having in my team like all day, every day. You know, he's got, as I said, he's young enough that he can be coached, but he's old enough that he's had 2 years experience in top leagues. He's okay, but 10 assists last season is decent, isn't it? For his first year in the Premier League, just coming over from Spain. I cannot believe some of the things I'm reading. I cannot believe some of the things I'm reading. Listen, as football fans, Like, do we genuinely care if we have to pay 65, 70? Isn't that what we've been asking Daniel Levy to do? When we're saying, oh, I'd rather Eze, sure, but maybe Eze isn't available. I'd love Eze. Luke, honestly, it is crazy. Honestly, wow. Just over 30 people say they don't want him. It shouldn't be anybody. It should. We've got, listen, we've had 463 votes and 14% have said no, thank you. Like, let that sink in. Let that sink in. So what's that? And so 10% would be what, 47. So we're looking at about 65 people have said they don't want Savio. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It's like a real nervous laugh. It's utterly ridiculous, isn't it? Look, let's have a look, shall we, at his details on the transfer market, and we're also going to have a look at his data MB stats as well from 2 seasons. Sorry, let me stop that screen. Let me share this one. Bear with me. So if we look at let's get rid of that. So this is Savio in the last 2 years. So you can see there that Savio in the blue is his time at Man City, and in the pink is his time at Girona. So what you can see there, his ball carrying, crossing, key passing, assists, dribbles, it's all very, very good. It's all very, very good. I cannot understand anyone seeing that. Right, anyone seeing that doesn't think they want him. Now, also, let's have a look at him on transfer market, shall we? So if we go on to share screen, where are we? Transfer market, there we go. So Savio. So if we look here, Savio, so transfer market, saying what? They've got him at about 50 million. He joined in July of last year, so he's been there for 1 year so far. 21 years of age, and they've got him down here as a right winger, but we're going to have a look at that because I don't know who he is. I think City have played him there, but when we have a look here, you can see this is what you want to look at here on this side of the pitch, right? So you can see there that the majority is left wing, right? You can see he's played centre forward a couple of times. But you can see there, actually, look at that. 57 games on the right, 58 games on the left, and he's played 8 games in the whole as well. Pause. And then you can see here, I think this is really, really interesting to look at. If we actually look at where he's played in his career, you can see that left wing he's played 58 games, scoring 11 with 15 assists. So 26 goal contributions in 58 games, so nearly 1 in 2 from left wing. And then on the right wing, 57 games and a little bit less less goal contributions on the right wing. So that would probably tell you that he's favored on the left wing. That is probably what that would tell us, right? That he's I spoke way too soon. What do you mean I spoke way too soon? I don't understand UC to the full sometimes. I genuinely I genuinely don't understand. What do you mean I spoke too soon? I haven't spoken too soon. I'm not said we've signed him. Honestly, Paul, some of these fans, I've said it for years, some of these fans don't know a footballer. Some of these fans don't know a footballer. We've got so bad that they don't know a footballer anymore. So look, so to tell me in the chat, what do you make of this? You can see here that, so, he's had 3 full seasons, you would say. You would say he's had 3 full seasons in his career in terms of number of games played. At Let's Go MG, then at Girona, and then at Man City. So he's had a varied, he's played in the Brazilian league, he's played in the Spanish league and the English league. So he's got some experience behind him, the lad. And you can see here, look, 37 games in the Liga with 19 goal contributions. Well, that's fantastic. He's come to the Premier League, played less games. He's still got 11 goal contributions, so still less than 1 in 3. And then Serie A, which is in Brazil, I believe. You can see he's played Champions League football. He's played games in the Copa del Rey, FA Cup. Like, so listen, he's got some good stats. He's got 13 appearances as well for the Brazil national team, 7 for the Brazil under 20s. This for me is a really, really good player. This for me is a really good player. Let's go to his profile, shall we? Let's have a look here. So, where are we? Where are we? So you can see there. So this season, oh no, that was the Club World Cup. So you can see there that they're saying his main position is right winger, but it's only because that's where he's played predominantly for Man City, right? Whereas before that, he was predominantly a left winger, right? But isn't that great that he can play both right and left? Think of the options that gives you. But what we do know is he's got 4 years left on his contract. He's got 4 years left on his contract. And you can see there, so he signed for Man City for, I mean, was it 50 million? 50 million pounds. I don't understand. What's that? 50 million, 25 fee? MV? Sorry, am I reading all this wrong? Where am I going wrong? Anyway, sorry, 25 million, 25 million euros. Look, players are expensive now, right? Players are expensive. He's just played at the Club World Cup, 3 games, 1 goal, 1 assist. Let's have a look at review his full stats. Look, I don't see the negative to this. I don't see the negatives to this at all. This for me is exactly the type of footballer that Spurs have been asking for. Someone who can beat his man, someone that likes to take his man on, can go on both feet, gets a lot of assists. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. It's 24 minutes past midnight. Let me know. Let me know what you think about him. Let me know what you think about him. Let me know, why would Man City let him go? Is it purely because they've got Bob, they've got Marmoush, they've got who's the other wingers they've got? They've got Marmoush, they've got Bob, they've got Doku. They've got a lot of players. They have got a lot of players. Finn, it's utterly crazy, isn't it? Yeah, we really find a way to belittle good footballers. I'm all over it, mate. Let's have a look. Sorry, somebody just sent me more information. So people are saying City do not want to sell Savinho, but Spurs have hinted towards paying a price which City cannot ignore. Savinho has also given his okay to the deal, so he clearly isn't fully committed. So that's from FPL MCFC, which is interesting, which is very, very, very interesting. So, and I'm looking at his stats as well against Mohamed Kudus. Mohamed Kudus stats and thingy. Listen, this is he's got a lot more assists and key passes and better ball carrying than Kudus. Let that sink in. Listen, I don't know. I don't know if this deal will happen. I'd love to. I just like to know that we're at least going for players like that. Ronnie, no. Ronnie, I don't want kids who haven't proven anything. This guy's just had a year in a title challenge in Spain and a year playing for Manchester City, one of the best clubs in the world. There's a huge difference between that and kids that have done nothing and kids that have done nothing in their career. Come on, Ronnie, you're getting silly. No, they're not trying to get rid of him. Hard Pop Sausage, they're not trying to get rid of him. Apparently, they don't want to let him go, but will if a big bid comes in. He's much better. Yeah, he's much better than what we have. Much better. Matty, are you dumb? I'm going to call it out. Sorry, you just being dumb on purpose. It's not a rumor, is it? We're in club to club talks with Manchester City. I don't think you quite understand. I don't think you quite understand, Matty. You come back and you keep saying silly stuff, Matty. I'm going to stop bringing up your comments if you keep saying silly things. Club to club talks, Matty. The 2 clubs are talking. Now, does it mean a deal's going to get done? Not saying it does. But how can we just ignore? How can we just ignore this? Yeah, yeah. Listen. Favourable. Yeah, I just can't believe. I just can't believe that there are that there's that huge proportion that don't want those people. Yeah, yeah. You're eating into your beauty sleep here. Yeah, listen, but I think when we get some good news, isn't it nice to go live? Imagine if I didn't go live with some good news. It's good to hear, right? Um, it's good to hear that we're in for a player like that. Listen, I think this was. If you ask me, can we get a deal done? I'd probably say no, but Spurs have got to pull some deals out the bag. Spurs have got to pull some deals out the bag, right? And if you go and if you want players like this, you've got to pay. And it makes me laugh. We, we go and inquire to a big club for a very good footballer, and still that some people can't be happy with that. Still, oh, it's just a rumor. Well, it's not a rumor, is it? A rumor is somebody said, oh, I heard this was happening. We didn't hear. We're being told that he's in club to club talks. It's utterly madness. Utter madness. Utterly madness. Please don't put all capitals in the chat, please. It will just be blocked. Listen, and as we just said, City don't want to let him go from the reports that we're seeing. City don't, but the player's open to the move, probably wants guaranteed football, but City will want a big fee for him. I get it. That's how life works. That is how life works. Sava, big up, mate. I'm a gooner. I'm unbelievably jealous. We have signed Madueke. Newcastle signed Alanga, and you're signing Savinho. Well, yeah. If we pull this off, big up to you, my friend. Thank you for the comment. Listen, if we pull this off, will we pull it off? I don't know. I don't know, but it's somebody said to me, one good sign is that City fans are fuming. So like, it looks like the City fans want to keep him. That could be that he stays. But I want to know, cool, if this isn't the guy we're going to get, who next? Who next? If we're after that sort of play, I mean, look at this. Savinho is awful. I mean, look at the state of those fans. Absolute trolls. Absolute trolls. Listen, but what this does is this relegates lesser players to the bench where they should be. This relegates different players. You can't win with people, can you? You can't win. If I do videos saying get Grealish, everyone tells me they don't want him. Now we've got a video saying we're in talks with Savinho, and people going, oh, I'd rather Grealish. You can't really win. Spotlight on Spurs. Big up my man Luke. Said a City fan came into my chat saying they have no idea what City are doing considering selling him. I'm guessing that if you get a good fee for a player that you can't guarantee plays week in, week out, and the player wants to play week in, week out. Let's be fair, Luke, right? He's going to play week in, week out at Tottenham, right? I don't know. Listen, it's not happened, has it? Look, we've been here before with deals. We've been here before. But isn't it nice to know that we've approached a big club about a good player? I can't knock that. I can't knock that. Big up says City identified him for a reason years ago and sent him to Girona, and had a year in the Prem already. Absolutely. I don't see the downside to it. I don't see the downside to it. Absolutely. It means he wants it. Isn't that what we want? Isn't that what we want? We want people that want to come to Tottenham. We want quality footballers that want to come. Cash saying Savinho would be a class signing, please, Spurs. Yeah, listen, I think most people are on that wavelength, right? Most people are on that wavelength. Sava, remember, people are judging from a viewpoint of a view that he joined City, worst season. He's very direct and fantastic signing for a counter-attacking team like Spurs. As I said, now it gives you options. Spurs, if we move that ball quickly out of the back four, right, Kudus there, Savio there. Where are you going to go? That's what you want to see. Look at this awful player with no end product. Right, so the awful player with no end product. Let's have a look and see how stupid this person's going to look in a second. So these people, honestly, these people absolutely crack me up. So awful player with no end product. Bearing in mind he's 21 years of age. Yeah. And he has got 11, 15, 16, 29. No, I'm going to Sava, better maths than that. 31, 39, 40. 40, he's got 42 goal contributions from a little over 3 seasons. I mean, and he's only 21. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Same age as El Canusa, more goals and assists in less games, but for some reason, some of the fan base don't want him and want. Listen, I've said it before. I'll say it again. Our fans, not all fans, are crazy. Are crazy. Yeah, they just signed him last season. It's madness. So, people going, why are they getting rid? Not you, but, people saying, oh, why is he gone? Well, hang on, City let Palmer go. I think everyone would like Palmer. Greg said, I'd take Elliott all day too, Sava. These players are better than what we have. Absolutely. These players walk into the team. That's what we've got to go for. He's not just a right winger, though. He can play both. His stats are better on the left. People have really got to do their homework. Really, really got to do their homework here. Savinho is a good player. He wants to come. He'll know that he'll be a first teamer, and Girona was so good the season he was with them too. Absolutely. I think it's difficult when you're a young player going to Man City. It's difficult because you're not the main man. Absolutely. Thomas Frank will develop him. They will develop him. Zach, it's funny how fast things change. Bipolar Spurs fans. What do you mean by that comment, please? And again, that's what I'd love to see something like that. Now imagine you got the pace of Calamawundo, Savio, and Kudos running at teams. All of a sudden, Spurs are a completely different prospect. Big up to Mr. AJ, said Savinho is quality. Get you off your seat. A winger we definitely need and get straight into our 11. Really wanted him from Girona. He's quality. Yes, effing please. Mate, that's exactly where I am. Yeah, absolutely. He can dribble. We can provide quality crosses being left-footed. It's a win-win. Absolutely. And this. Thank you, Ash. Thank you. I was going to come on to this in a minute. Absolutely, Ash. We've got to... football fans in general don't ever take a step back and go, right, let's take into account whenever teams play against City, when they play against Doku and Savio, it is 10 men behind the ball. They park that bus. It's very difficult to break down. That won't happen as much with Tottenham. It's madness. Listen, yeah, you can only dream. I mean, look, let's concentrate on getting one of them first. I've been reading out loads of positive comments. Sorry, Jack, you're chatting shit, mate. Go away. Sorry, I've just read out about 10 really positive comments in a row. So you're chatting shit, mate. We don't need you here. See you later. I can't stand people like that at all. Oh yeah, for sure. Some people would rather have Brennan Johnson over Savio, but it is what we do as a fan base, right? I mean, right now we've got 730 people have voted, 724 actually. 86% have said yes, please. That 86% clearly know their football. Anthony Clark, yeah, I'm sure he'll get a little bit more than 40k, but yeah, absolutely. And absolutely, Bobby. Absolutely, mate. I'm really happy with the news. I mean, listen, and again, guys, I'm not stupid enough that I think every time we're talking to a club that we're going to get the player. But there must be, for the clubs to be talking, there must be something there, right? Now, Spurs have kind of put themselves into a corner here because if we don't pull that off now, there's going to be a lot of very annoyed football fans, aren't they? Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let me do some super chats. Big up to you guys. And by the way, we are 50 subscribers away from 21,000. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. Here is the link. And if not for anything else, the fact that I got out of bed, so I probably got a bit of bedhead. I got out of bed, got dressed again, and got straight back to try and give you this content. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. 50 away from 21k. Big up to, let's start with Krista Scorpion Nyland. Big up to you, my man. Said, why would City sell him only after a year? Is he that good though? Yeah, listen, he's good. He's a very good winger. And as people have been saying, do they want to sell him? No, but there's probably a lot of times where people don't want to sell. But if you're going to get 60 million, let's say you're going to get 60 million for a player that you didn't pay anywhere near that for and isn't guaranteed to start week in, week out, you're going to take it, aren't you? You're going to take it. But we'll see. Maybe City would sell because they can go and buy somebody even better. We don't know, right? Big up to you, Krista. Thank you very much. Big up to at Reading, who hasn't said anything, but thank you very much. Really appreciate you at Reading. That's very, very generous at this late hour or early hour. Big up to my man, Chop Cheese 30. So Pep only brings in quality. He's a 10 out of 10 signing. Listen, I've got nothing poor to say about this if this was to be a deal that Spurs get over the line. But will they get it over the line? We don't know yet. We don't quite know yet. It's brand new news. We'll talk about it more tomorrow, obviously. But big up to you, Chop Cheese. Big up to Mari. How you doing, bro? Mari, I haven't seen you for ages. Said Savinho would be our best ready-made, super talented signing in years. Everyone should be 100% on board with this signing. Mari, I think the fact that we're having to convince some people, right, is utter madness. The fact that we're having to convince some people, right, is madness. Surely that is utter madness that we're having to convince people that this is a good player that walks into the Tottenham team. Big up, Mari. Very generous indeed, bro. Big up to Christy. He's come back in and says, Savinho, our new number 7 and some replacement. Right. Okay. So when we signed Son, would people have said that that wasn't a good signing? Now people can't wax lyrical enough about him. Now, I don't know whether Savio could have a better career than Son. I don't know. Who knows? But for me, I think he's another one that I think would excite. I think he's strong, he's powerful, he's quick. Kudus, not the exact same profile as Kudus, but both of them have got similar skills to their armor in different ways, if that makes sense. Big up to you, Krista. I really appreciate that, brother. Big up to Blaine. Very, very generous indeed. Blaine has come in and said, wet dream inbound until we discover he's a secret release clause and the offer is 20 million plus Brian Hill. Listen, this is why we never get too excited, isn't it? Because listen, I don't know if he'll sign. Tomorrow you could get the deal off. Spurs can't meet the asking price, or City don't want to. I don't know. But listen, this is the first concrete link we've had for ages. And it's a good player. I don't understand anyone that doesn't want him. This is a fantastic footballer. Big up to you, Blaine. Thank you very much. Lee, big up to you, my man. As said, get the player in. City will want a buyback clause. Well, listen, that's for those people up there to negotiate, isn't it? That's for Levy and City to negotiate. But this for me would be a bit of a statement for Tottenham. I think it would be a bit of a statement. Thank you, Lee. And Boris has come in and said, I could see Savinho and El Kanous being our two. I don't know. Listen, I don't know. I keep seeing links with El Kanous, but if we wanted him, why haven't we got him? I don't particularly think. I think for me, I think we need some more experience than El Kanous, first of all, in that number 10 position. But if you did want him, why wouldn't they have gone and got him yet? He's got a 22 million release clause. Big up to Aaron who said we might have to start calling you Savinho Sava with your work rate. Listen, I'm trying, mate. I'm trying. We're doing our thing. And we are only 40 subscribers, 40 away from 21,000. Can we hit that tonight? I didn't think we could earlier, but there's the link. I'm going to put the link in. If anyone hasn't and they want to subscribe, please do. And if we get to 21,000, that will be 1,000 subscribers in about 10 days. So that'll be utterly, utterly crazy. I've just pinned it. So that link is now pinned. By the way, we're at 812 votes and 86% of you have said, yes, please. Savio is like Kudus with half his strength. Amazing winger. Well, yeah, he's not the big, powerful. He's not the big, powerful kind of build that Kudus is, but he's rapid and he can beat a man. He's quick. He's very quick. I'm all for it. No, of course you won't get 100%, but I mean, it does make me question some Spurs fans that don't want a player like this. It really, really does. He is a class prospect and has had a year to settle in England. Of course, that's really good. People saying they'd never play Savinho over Tell and Odegaard need to realise we need the rotation. They're all runners and they can all rotate for one another. Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't want to see Savio rotated too much for those players. If I'm brutally honest, I think he's levels above Odegaard and Tell, like levels over those two. But I get what you're saying, mate. I do get what you're saying, Reece. So big up to you, my man. Big up to you. NFFC, sorry, Sarah, I voted no, but that's because I would have him in a heartbeat of Forest. Fair play. I would rather Savio than Garnacho. Yes, I would rather Savio. Man City wants 70 million. Well, listen, that's for these people to do a deal. But surely Spurs must think they can pay and get him. Surely it's being conversation. It is mad, isn't it? Hot God, it is crazy. But hey, they've got to keep doing it. Fabio keeps saying this deal is really concrete. Good sign. Yeah, listen, I'll be over the moon. I'd be over the moon if we signed Savio. As I said, he's young, but he has had 2 years playing at the very top of La Liga and then the Premier League. So, this is a man that's played a lot of football in the last 2 years. When I'm talking about young players, I'm talking about if you bought McAtee in the number 10, he's not really played a lot of football at the top level. Savio has. Well, at the moment, I think it would be Kudus, Savio, Kulu when fit, and Solanke, I think, at the moment. But we don't know, right? Yes, he's got much better stats, actually, Dante, from the left than he actually has the right. So it really does seem that he likes to play on the left. And maybe that's what Spurs have said to him when talking to his agent. Maybe Spurs have said to the player, listen, where do you want to play? You want to go left? Cool. Come and replace some for us. But there must be a willingness for City to let him go. The fact that they're having talks. By the way, guys, 34 subscribers away from 21,000. Come on, we can do it. I trust you. There's the link. It's pinned. 34 of you. There's 830 people in the chat. And I'm sure that all I need is the extras, the 30 over 8K to smash that subscribe button. Look, Ronnie, I'm going to block you soon because you're now being an idiot, aren't you? This fan base moaning about bang average players, we have to add another one. Ronnie, I think now everyone's now seen your true colours. Yeah, Scott, they did. They finished third. Yeah, top level quality. Absolutely. And Scott, bang on. It's not, he's not coming from the Championship, is he? He's coming from playing at the top level of two of the biggest leagues in the world. Honestly, I'm shocked at some of these people. I'm really, really shocked. Right, this person has been saying this about 8 times, so we can get rid of them out of the chat because they're just turning into trolls. Absolutely, Bobby. He is a needle mover. Levy shock us fans and go and get a 10 quickly. Offload Richie for 80p and get us another 9. I mean, this is the thing, Bobby. It's what we said earlier. The frustration with this transfer window is 3 good players coming in now change the outlook of the season, don't they? If you now bring in a good number 10, another number 9, like a quick forward like Calamawundo and Savinho, suddenly you're going, yeah, it's different. Now, all of a sudden, I'm going to games thinking, Yeah, we can score goals. We've got pace. We can open teams up. Yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Look at this guy again. Hope Spurs don't waste money on this average player. Yeah. How much do you think it would cost, Sam? For me, 50, 60 pounds is a no-brainer. I think it's going to be 60 plus. I do think it will be 60 plus. I agree. And Ash, I don't care. Do you? Like, do you know what I mean? I'm here for it. If we want Spurs to, if we want Daniel Levy, yeah, we always say Levy doesn't do this, Levy doesn't do that. This is what we ask him to do. Go to a big club, take a player. Big up to Thomas, who said Savinho makes sense. Left wing is his strongest position. Watch Girona, doubters, and team of the season, La Liga. Listen, he was excellent at Girona. And he was one of the best wingers in the league, in La Liga, a top league. I honestly think that people are saying this, haven't really watched him. I disagree with the Odebert bit, but I get the other two. For me, I'd still want somebody else to play in the middle. So we'll see. I mean, look, Jack, you've got to realise, mate, they've got so many players. Bob, Doku, Mamouche, Foden, Cherky. I mean, they've got players galore, City, haven't they? And maybe Savio's going, well, hang on, I want to play week in, week out. And he will at Spurs. He will. Yeah, Bernard, yeah. Sorry, I missed them off. Yeah, 100%. Yes, great prospect. City identified 3 years ago. Had a year to settle in. Guys, I'm loving the sound of this. Fabio saying around 70 million. Fine, break your transfer record. Get it done. Break your transfer record. Absolutely, Reese. Love this comment, my man. I don't think I've seen you in my chat before. Big up to you. Maybe I have. If I have, I am sorry, mate. But big up to you. Important to note, Frank's used to quick direct wingers attacks with Brentford. This signing will suit him. Yeah. As I said, Kudus, Savinho. Kudus, Savinho. Look at the difference that makes from Kudus, Taylor Odebert. Look at the levels. Yeah, big up Lord Rodney Trother, who has said top 1% in the world for carrying distance. Sav, need I say more? Mate, listen, the boy's class. The boy is class, and people need to go and watch him play, I think. Lily White Sam has said, I'm not a fan of Solanke, but he could benefit from playing Savinho. Right, now Man City could go in for Rodrigo. You don't know, right? Man City could go in for Rodrigo. Dude, but listen, as a Spurs fan, do you care? Do you care that 65 million's a lot? Isn't that what we asked Daniel Levy to do? Spend the money. Surely that's what we like. Listen, I can't ask Daniel Levy to do all these things, right? I can't ask Daniel Levy to do all these things, and then when he does, get annoyed with him. That's surely what we want to see. Surely that is what we want to see. Maybe they are building capital. Listen. Yes. I mean, I don't care. Let them. I'm happy for City if they get Rodrigo, if we can get Savinho. Absolutely. Fina said Savinho is the type of player that would suit Spurs as well as Young and get fans off their seats. Oh, mate, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. No better than Odebert. Don't be stupid. See, this is where, oh my gosh, what is going on in the world? We've got some right donuts, haven't we, in this chat? Let me try and catch up. Yeah, I mean, maybe, quite possibly, Parv. Also, they do have a very big squad. So we'll see. It's madness. Big up to JSY. Big up, Jess. Hope you're well. Please get over and subscribe to JSY Talks Football if you haven't already. Listen, I'd take both. I'd ask about both while we're there. I'd want Savio on the left. I'd put Grealish in the hole if we can't get anyone better in the 10, and put Kudus on the right. Suddenly you're cooking. I'm not saying he's the only number 10 I'd want, but this is what we've asked from the chairman. Yeah, absolutely. If you've got to the stage of club to club, it means that the player has said, yes, I'm interested interested enough for you to approach the club. right? So essentially, the way it would work, not teaching anyone to suck eggs here, but the way it would work is Tottenham, a representative of Tottenham, either an intermediary or Lang or Paratici or someone, whoever, would have reached out to Savio's agent and said, "Hey, we're interested in your boy. What's the situation?" The agent would say, let me speak to him, yada, yada, whatever. Yeah, listen, he's interested, but he'd want this guarantee. He wants to play left wing, or he wants game time, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, and his wages are this. Can you match that? Yeah, we can match that. That's not a problem. And then it will be right. Spurs will then go to Man City and go, we want your boy. And now it's down to Man City to go, well, absolutely not. Shut the door, but it doesn't look like they have. Or, cool, we want, boom. Spurs will go, we want to pay, boom. And then it's the game, isn't it? Then it's the game. Can they meet in the middle? Do Spurs bend? Do they not? Like, that's how it will work. Very rarely will you go club to club before you go to the player, because you want to know that the player's interested in joining, right? So yeah, look, I just yeah, man, yeah, Jose, this is what we asked for. This is what we asked for. So if Spurs go and spend 70 million and get Savinho through the door, I can't turn around and complain. By the way, we are 26 subscribers away from 21,000. Come on, guys and girls. Can we get a good news night? This is as good as news as we've had for a while. Can we get a good news night with another 26 subscribers to get to 21,000? Yeah, Fabrizio has said 70 odd million on YouTube. And listen, these clubs at the top, right? These clubs at the top, pay money for club players, and that's what we need to do. By the way, I'm looking at some tweets that are being sent to me. Hang on, I'm just watching a clip of Savio taking the ball down. Look. I mean, look at this. I'm going to show you this clip, right? I'm going to show you this clip, right? Let's go down. Let's look at this clip. This is utterly crazy for anyone. Look at this guy, right? Oh, hang on. I'll show you again. When it reloads, watch this. Right. Look at the way he takes that ball out the sky. Boom, touch, boom, drag back. See ya. Look at that. Pinpoint cross. Perfect. Not one of our wingers can do that on that left-hand side. Not one of our wingers. Sorry, people are sending me stuff here. Let me see what else this is. Let's have another look. Okay, let's have a look at this one, shall we? So, I mean, look, why would we not look at this? We don't have footballers that can do things like this. Look, boom, boom, see you later. Look, I mean, how on earth anyone could possibly be against this? It would be utterly mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. By the way, smash those likes up. We've got nearly 900 people in here. We should have about 500 likes. We've only got 341. Currently, 960 people have voted. Still at 86% saying yes, please. So it's still, there's still over 100 people. If I'm not, hang on, 960. There's still over 100 people that have said that they wouldn't want Savio at Tottenham. That is absolutely crazy. Let me go to some super chats, shall we? Let me go to some super chats. There's so many. Oh wow, there's so many people in here. Troy Achilles says, Sava, one thing that has changed at Spurs is that for the most part, the quality of player we've been linked with has gone up. I agree. And I like what Frank said earlier. Like, he knows what he wants, and Lang needs to get there with it. No, you've not watched him play. No, sorry, you've not watched him play. Savio's a right winger, unfortunately, very one-footed. No, I just literally showed you him on the left, beating his man, whipping it across with his left foot. He plays off the right. Yeah. coming into his left, but can also play on the left and has played he's played more on his career on the left than the right. What are we doing here? Has has anyone watched this? Has anyone actually watched this guy? Absolutely, they will frighten defenders. And absolutely, some of this fan base, honestly, are truly, truly. That's why City bought him. He has no end product. Oh, I think you're being sarcastic. Oh my God! Listen. Can we do it? I mean, wouldn't it be lovely for once to be on the positive side of this? Wouldn't it be lovely to be on the positive side of a transfer like this? It would be absolutely amazing. Um, it's madness. It's madness. Yeah, Terry. We've got people turning our noses up. Mate. He's hilarious. Honestly, over 100 people in this chat have said they don't want him. Absolutely bang on. Look what Frank just did. Look what he did with Mbuemo and Wissa. Now think what he could do with Savio. Absolutely. I'll tell you what, if we sign him, I'll get a Savinho shirt right there. Why not? Listen, this is when it's going to come down. Levy needs to do his thing. Levy now needs to show us that he's serious. Levy said he's going to back the manager. Absolutely. His best performances were on the left. He's left-footed. He can whip in a great cross. He's got skill for days. Yeah. Hey, listen, maybe, who knows? Listen, I'll be honest. I don't care who we fund Man City to buy. I genuinely don't care. If we give them let's just say it's 70 million, they can go and sign whoever they want. It doesn't affect Spurs. We're not in a title race with Man City. So it's absolutely fine. Frank has to develop Odegaard, Savinho, Gray, and Bergveld. Mate, listen, I'd listen. I think he'd bring out the best. I think he'd bring out the best in Savinho. By the way, let's do some super chats, shall we? First of all, big up to Phil Coys with a super sticker. Very generous, my man. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Kay Cavalets said LB is crying on his live stream to give us Doku. Love it. Love it. Oh, LB, I'll have to message him, see if he wants to come on tomorrow and he can tell us about Savio. By the way, we're only 20 away. Yeah. So City do not want to sell, but Spurs have hinted towards paying a price which City cannot ignore. Isn't that everything we've asked? Isn't that everything we've asked him to do? Doesn't mean it's a done deal, but isn't this what we've asked? Big up to you, Kay Cavalets. Really appreciate that, my man. Thank you very much. Cam has said happy does not mean we're satisfied. Need more, of course. By the way, listen, I'm not saying I'll get Savinho and that's the transfer window done. Surely you go, okay, Savinho, get him in. Now where's the next one? Now imagine. See, this is what Spurs should be doing now. If Spurs ended this window with Savinho and Eze coming in at 140 million, I think everyone backs down a bit and starts giving credit to Daniel Levy. Is that fair? I think everyone would agree with me. If we turn around right now and sign Savinho and Eze, I think we'd all be very happy, wouldn't we? Big up to you, my man. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much to Facts Only putting in a super sticker as well. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate that, my friend. Thank you very much. And if Facts Only and other people can put in super chats, you lot can smash the like button. Come on. And we are only 20 subscribers away from 21K. So you lot have been very, very generous tonight. Isn't it amazing what a bit of positive news does? Thank you very much, Facts Only. Big up Mari. Says World Cup year for Savinho. Game time at Spurs. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Absolutely, Mari. Absolutely. Game time is important in a World Cup year. Absolutely, my man. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you, Mari. Hope you're well, my friend. Jakey Tarantino said, whenever we actually are linked to a proper baller, the reaction of the fan base exposes most don't watch. We might just be a social experiment. Listen, Jakey, I have said this all the time. When you're linked with a player, you can tell who watches a player and who doesn't. You can tell. if people turn around and give really good, yeah, what I like about him is this, this, and that, but he needs to work on this, this, and that. Fair enough. But people just go, he's dead. He's a dead baller. He's washed, or these stupid things. But big up to you, Jakey. Really, really do appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Ronnie said, not as negative as yet on Tel Odebert. Yeah, I would like to see how they do under a proper coaching staff. Yeah, it's not negative on them. They're not ready for the first team, in my opinion. These, as I've said, Tel and Odebert should be under players like Kudus and Savinho. If you've got Tel and Odebert that are coming on for the last 15 minutes of games, or, you know, coming in for the cup games or some of the easier Premier League games, I've got no problem with that. I've got a problem with them being starters. So listen, we'll see. I think you'll do. They will get coached better, but we don't know how much any player can be coached, right? Some people can be coached to a great level, other people can't, and it's just the way it is. Jordan, big up to you, very generous. Said if we get Savinho, then making Tel permanent makes even less sense. If we get Savinho, that Tel money could have been used for another position. Would be happy with us signing Savinho. Now, listen, I think it's done now. The Tel thing's done. I agree with you 100%. That money could have definitely been put somewhere else, but it wasn't. It wasn't, was it? So we got to hope that we can get the best out of him, or we move him on if he doesn't progress. But he could learn a lot from these wingers. So big up to you, Jordan. Thank you very much for that, my man. Big up to Codename 77. Thank you very much. Kudus is a 10. He has said so before in an interview. Savio, right wing, left wing, with their progressive carries. We will be electric in transition. Maybe. For me, I still prefer Kudus off the right. I think whenever I've watched him play, I always think he looks more dangerous coming off the right. Hey, that's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. Big up to you, Codename. I appreciate that. And Real Nate 7 said, if we get Savinho, Solanke won't be that awful because he'll have service. Allows us to focus more on getting a proper 10. Listen, go and get Savinho. Go and get a number 10 in as well. And now all of a sudden, you've turned your window around with 2 signings, haven't you? You've turned your window around. Now you're turning around and saying, okay, we've got a DM and a playmaker and 2 wingers. You've got 4 new midfielders. You've got 4 new midfielders in that time. Listen, can Spurs pull it off? I don't know if they can pull it off, but it is what it is. Big up, Steve. We're just talking about Savinho. Savinho coming to Tottenham. We're in talks with Manchester City. Absolutely. See, Ash, the thing for me with this, oh God, I'm sorry, I'm miles behind. Hang on, I think the thing is, if you've got 2 wingers that cause problems, it's harder to double up, isn't it? Are you doing? I'm doing well. I've got my business is content creation, but obviously I do other bits on the side. But hey, it is what it is. Mark, big up to you, my man. Said City fan here, Sava. I'm gobsmacked. We got to rinse you for every penny out, Levy. Oh God. Oh, welcome to the negotiation table with Daniel Levy. Yeah, your chairman's going to hate us by the end of this negotiation. Either way, big up to you, my man. Mark, tell us what do you make of him? What do you make of him? We've got Spurs fans saying they wouldn't want him. Baffling, but it is what it is. Savio is amazing on the left wing. He played. Yes, yeah. I agree. For me, I think when I saw him play for Girona, I think it was much better on the left. I've watched Savio. What has he done? Oh, wow. Honestly, our fan base, it's hard work. Yeah, possibly. Listen, if not, it's got to be someone else in the 10, right? It's got to be someone else in the 10. It's got to be someone else in the 10. Look, he's been crap at City. There's a reason. Wow. No, he's not getting the boot after 1 year. People like you aren't actually reading what's being said. This is so weird. So weird. Listen, I don't know, right? I don't know if we're going to get him. I'm not doing this video saying he's 100% joining Tottenham Hotspur. I'm not saying that. But honestly, some people really need to go and watch closer. Like really, really need to go and watch some of these footballers closer, because some of these opinions are truly worrying. Like, there's opinions but truly, truly, truly worrying. Truly worrying. Really, really worrying. I haven't gone back on my words at all. I don't know who this is. This troll is suddenly popped up. What words have I gone back on? But more City fans. Big up to you guys. Sorry, why have I gone back on my words of what? Why would I not want Savinho at my football club? I mean, they're different positions, aren't they? For me, I'd want both, but different positions. I agree. I think it gets us off our bums, but let's see if he does. Oh look, right. One more silly comment, and you're going. I think we're into the realm of you can tell that this person still lives with his mum, probably about 14. We're being silly now, aren't we? Does Savio start for Arsenal, Chelsea, or Liverpool? I think he starts for Arsenal. I mean, Liverpool, you could argue that he might start in front of Gakpo. Maybe I don't know. Chelsea, does he start in front of Bino Gittins? I don't know. I don't know, my man. I don't know. But he starts for us. He starts for us. This person really is dumb. He's not being booted out the door. Spurs are bidding for him. I don't think you quite get it. What do you mean, Danny? What's going on? What's going on? What is going on? What do you mean, Danny? 70 million for Savinho. Look. Sorry, I'm guessing this guy's not looked at his stats for the last 2 years. Like, oh, what are we? People like that. I need to ignore them. Let's get rid of that bloke. Sorry, there's people with opinions, and then there's just people that are just silly, right? So that guy's just gone. Sorry. Yeah, that's normally a good sign, right, Lisa? That the City fans in general are not happy. Isn't that's a good sign, right? We wouldn't want them to be happy that he's being sold. So yeah, we have Champions League money, absolutely. Why do you care? Why do you look at why are fans doing this? What you're not paying it out your own pocket. See, this is the thing. We all ask Daniel Levy to buy players, to go to bigger clubs and take players. And then when we do it, we go, oh no, but it's 10 million too much. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? DJ and offer us 85 plus Calvin Phillips. We might have a deal with Sava. I honestly, this fan base really hurts my head. In fairness, where is the evidence that Savinho is better than Odobert? Like, I love it. Honestly, the trolls are ridiculous. Oh, the trolls are absolutely ridiculous, aren't they? It's so funny. So funny. Clearly, you've never watched him. Clearly, he dribbles and that's pretty much it. I mean, what are we doing here? Honestly, what are we doing here? Some of you, like, honestly, I'll say it. Some of you just chat absolute nonsense. It's hilarious. Savinho is basically a spicy Aaron Lennon. Sure. He got in La Liga Team of the Year. I wonder why. Yeah, absolutely. You get what you pay for. How many times have we seen if we pay 10 million extra, there's a difference between a Tell and a Savinho? No slight on Tell, but you have to pay for quality. Absolutely. Absolutely. Be honest then, Savinho or Eze. Why are you putting two players who play in different positions though? Like Eze is more of a central player, Savinho is a winger. I think we need both, by the way. When you're saying Eze is better and what we need, has anyone thought that maybe Eze doesn't want to come to Spurs? We keep talking about Eze, right? We keep talking about it. Yeah, we keep talking about it, but we're not seeing any bids going in. So I don't know why this is now. Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, I truly worry for the majority of people in YouTube chat rooms that don't seem to watch football. It's really, really odd. Like really, really odd. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. The way he walked around those last two players, the fans of that. Listen, absolutely, Scott. It's crazy, isn't it? It's madness. Everyone's asking Eze or Savinho. Why would it be either or? Why? It might be the end product. Well, he got 8 assists in his first Premier League year. You do know he's still only 21. Like, he's growing, getting better. Honestly, oh my God, look at honestly, these people are I've got to say it, are morons. There are so many morons now in football fandom, if you know what I mean. What are we doing? What are we doing? Absolutely. Exactly. If this comes off, I'm going to remind people, though. We will remind some of these people, you know, absolutely, Ellie. He is. He's rapid. His close control. His ball skills are special. Carrying it. Absolutely. There's a reason the Man City fans don't want him to go. Exactly. Exactly. Do you know what? I would say this. The be all and end all is the be all and end all is that he starts for Spurs. The be all and end all is that he's better than what we've got. It's just madness. Rodrigo is better than Savio. What's that got to do with anything? It's honestly, do you know what? Before I got a little bit bigger on YouTube, I didn't used to have this many idiots. Now we just got idiots everywhere. I don't know what that's got to do with anything. I don't know what that's got to do with anything. If this is true, I would fully expect Man City will go out and buy a big name. Absolutely. I would fully expect that City go and get a deal very much like that. Absolutely. Completely agree. Completely agree. It can't just be that we get this and stop. Sorry, did you really think that Rodrigo was coming to Tottenham? What are we doing here? All right. Okay. So now you're a troll, right? So now you can get blocked. Oh, it's crazy. Listen, I'm pro signing Savinho, but it seems like you're changing your tune on signing a kid because it's Savinho. Oh, let me explain to people like Marcus. Let me explain. There's a difference between signing a kid that's done nothing in their career and signing a kid who's already been in La Liga Team of the Year and been in Man City's first team for a season. There's a huge difference. This is a kid that plays week in, week out for these clubs and has done bloody well. What are we doing here? Why? Oh, maybe it's too late. I just can't believe it. I genuinely thought I was going to jump on. I genuinely thought I was going to jump on. And I thought the whole fan base would be really, really happy. Got people like Matty K who don't understand the difference between a rumor and the fact that the clubs are talking. Right? Deals like this rescue windows. This and a few more rescues windows. I think. Honestly, I could cry. I could cry with some of our fan base. Savio is a good sign if we get him. We still, of course. He's not. It's not done by any stretch of the imagination, but it's madness. It's absolutely madness. Kudus for me is more effective in the 10. Reminds you of Moussa Dembele going past players. He's strictly not true though. If you look at Kudus's stats throughout his career, his output from the right pisses over anything else. So not strictly true, but it is what it is. Oh, are you having to Matty K? I want Solomon on. Oh, Matt, you're being silly. Matt, stop being silly. City fan here, in my opinion, he's talented, but we don't have time at City to develop both Savio and Doku. I'm okay with selling both and getting a proven guy. Hope we rinse you as revenge for Kane. Revenge for Kane? You mean when you offered us 70 million for one of the world's best strikers? Not really sure that's revenge, mate. You've been at Man City for 1 year. Why the hell would you join Tottenham if finished 17th? So Matt, let me ask you this question then. So when you sit there and say, Levy doesn't do this, Levy needs to leave, he doesn't buy players, then when we try to, you've got a problem with, Matt, honestly, honestly, we need a few brain cells put into people. We need a few. We need a few brain cells. We need people having their heads knocked together here. Um, I'm a Man City fan, but I don't know how to feel. He's not one of our best players, but the fans wanted to see at least one more season from him. Um, Listen, it's not a done deal yet. It's not a done deal. Listen, this is still Daniel Levy. We need to get this done. Um, absolutely. Absolutely. Savinho on the left, Kudus on the right, and still people not happy. Still people like Matty K not happy. Like, what on earth? It doesn't mean we don't need more, but come on. Honestly, I'm truly worried when reading comment sections. I'm truly worried now. I'm truly worried about, so especially the younger fans. I'm truly worried that they don't know a good footballer anymore. Um, Matty, you're now trolling, mate. I'm just going to block you if you keep doing this. You're being really silly. You're being really, really silly. Listen, guys and girls, let me do some super chats. Big up to Isaac the Red. Said, any idea on the price yet? Well, the number that's being bandied about tonight is 70 million. I don't know. I don't know. You know, it could be 60 with 10 added on. I don't know, but we'll find out more in the morning. I'm guessing there'll be more news on this. It could be one of those that fizzles away very, very quickly, couldn't it? It could fizzle away very quickly. By the way, Isaac, thank you very much. I'm guessing you've subscribed. If everyone else could subscribe, we are 7 subscribers. 7 subscribers away from 21,000. 7 of you, and there's 850 in the chat. Big up, Isaac. Thank you very much, my man. Jakey Tarantino has said, I'm excited, but will Marinakis allow this? Yeah, I'm sure Marinakis will find a way to ruin another deal for us. Big up to you, Jakey. Appreciate that, my friend. Big up to Codename. Said, fans act like accountants. It's not our money. Listen, as I said, I've always asked for this chairman to go and spend big. If he spends big, why am I going to, do you know what I mean? Why am I going to care? Honestly, it's baffling, but big up to you, my man. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And big up to HJA Woods. I said, Savio is very exciting, could transform our attack. I agree. And I think you've got to remember that he was in and out of the City team. I don't think he'll be in and out of our team. I think he walks in and stays in. So big up to you. Thank you very much for that. Look, I mean, well, what do we do then? What do we do? Are we, we just going to say don't sign people then because we're scared we might not get anyone else after? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, guys and girls, I'm was he joint top for assists? I don't as Savinho in what, in Spain was that? Listen, I'm happy. I'm a happy Sava tonight. I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. What my channel does, and when I see some of the chat, it really does show me that a lot of people don't know footballers anymore. I get it. There might be people who rate him higher than others, but I mean, like, some of the comments are truly worrying. Really, really worrying. It is what it is. Phil Coy, I don't know, but he's not gone anywhere, has he? He's not gone anywhere. Do Arsenal have the money? Do they need to sell? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But we talk about Eze all the time, but we're not going for him. There must be a reason why. But hey, it is what it is. Listen, guys and girls, I'm going to leave it there. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. So I need to get some sleep. And we'll be talking about this a lot more. And we'll see what other silly comments we get. It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. Oh, Scott, absolutely. How do fans think we're getting players if Savinho, who played 29 games for City, now isn't good enough? It's honestly, it's truly scary. Truly scary, some of these things we're reading, Scott. And let's just look at the poll. So 1,200 votes, 15% wouldn't want him. That is, I can only assume most of those are not Spurs fans. Look, everyone Sorry, Savi, you just said you really think that Rodrigo would come to Tottenham. That's what I'm thinking about Savinho. Yeah, but Savinho's 21 years of age and had 1 year in the Premier League. Rodrigo's been at Real Madrid for a number of years and is worth 90 million. There's very, very different levels, Matty, at the moment. Come on, mate. Please, come on. You're starting to be really silly. Exactly. These people don't really listen, but it's okay. It is what it is. Guys, girls, I'm gonna he got 19 contributions for listen, great player, really good player. Listen, guys and girls, take care. Much love. Thank you for all your support. And you know what? I'll see you in the morning at 10 a.m. Big up just really, really quickly to Hollywood Hotspurs. Said, do you think Eze hasn't moved because Palace wanted him for the Community Shield? Yeah, listen, I don't know. I'm guessing no one's bid. Like no one's bid. We would have known about it, right? No one's probably putting a bid. Does he want to leave? I don't know. I genuinely don't know, my friend. I would expect his name to probably be bandied about in the next couple of weeks, but time is running out, isn't it? So listen, thank you very, very much. By the way, we are four subscribers away. Thank you very much for the super chat, Hollywood Hotspurs. Really appreciate that. 4 subscribers away from 21,000. Can we get them? Can we get them before the show ends? 4 right now. Come on, just before the show ends. Much love. Take care. And as always, come on, you Spurs.